as the spiritual light increases in intensity, the dark that was once hidden and cloaked is now being seen. It is being revealed. And this is part of the ascension process. It's part of the awakening. It's part of moving from the old paradigm into 5D earth energy and consciousness. And a sort of death occurs. So, I'm known for being blunt, so I'm just going to give this to you straight. You may be witnessing, as you connect into the field, as you leave your house and you're around people, you can sense it in the air. There's this feeling, there's this pressure where people could literally snap at any moment and like just lose it, right? This has happened before. This isn't anything new, but because of the intensity of the light, people are being squeezed and they don't know what to do. It is stirring up the unresolved emotional content, the trauma, the pain, the density that's within them that they have not dealt with and they haven't healed. And it can really affect the mind because they feel like they are going crazy. And, you could say that part of this is due to stress or, could be mental illness or, things that are going on in the world stage that are affecting people. But it's also something much deeper than that. We are literally in like a spiritual pressure cooker. And to make a diamond, you've got to, put high pressure on the coal, and then it turns into this beautiful diamond. And we're in this pressure cooker, and we're being squeezed, and we are being called to alchemize and allow the diamond that's within to rise forth. The process to do this is rather uncomfortable, to put it nicely. It's uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable on like every single level. As the frequency of our entire planet and the collective is rising very, very, very fast, everything that's been buried, suppressed, numbed, shunned, stuffed down, the trauma, the pain, the hurts, the burdens, the letdown, the heartbreak, the heartache, all the things that we experience as humans, the control patterns, the masks that we wear as identities, everything that is not authentic and true to our unique soul signature is all coming to the surface. And basically that's what happens when the shadow, the density, the burden, the stuff that is not healed and resolved is exposed by the light. So when people haven't done their inner work, they're not, doing the clearing and alignment and connecting to that higher power of your heart's understanding, downloading the newest, highest, freshest energies, dealing with their trauma, their inner child's hurt and pain. And we don't have one inner child, we have many. When we aren't willing to integrate our shadow, when we aren't willing to feel all of our feelings, no matter what, no matter how uncomfortable or inconvenient they are, our ego strategies of how we cope with stuff start to not work. And this is when people really start to freak out, because if they used to reach for a couple beers and that kind of it's not working anymore. A lot of the medications aren't working. People that I've been hearing from, people with anxiety and panic attacks, their anxiety medicine's not working. The antidepressants aren't working. The emotional eating isn't working. The having sex to feel better and feel some relief for a few minutes is not working. Our coping mechanisms are not working. They're being taken away from us so that we can stand raw and real and see what shakes out. Takes a lot of courage, but this is what we're being called to do. You know, people that have kind of built their whole persona, their identities, who they are, in a way that is not authentic or real to them, it's like breaking down. It's breaking down. The masks are coming off. And what's underneath all that for so many is absolutely horrifying. It's horrifying. Some are really like they're spiraling and they're lashing out and they're reaching one last like ditch effort to like find a way to suppress and keep everything under the lid, and it's not working. It's not working. And many people are projecting their pain, their unresolved emotional content onto others. Are you seeing people in your life doing that to you? Because if you're elevated, it's likely you're strong enough to be the quote unquote scapegoat for others, and or they tend to project their crap onto you all the time. And you see it for what it is. You're like, no, I'm not the one actually doing that or behaving that way. It's you. But we often, you know, we hold space, and sometimes we say it out loud and we be blunt and we turn, because you're the mirror. You are the mirror. So people are going to look at you and they're going to see what they don't like about themselves. They're going to see where you're being successful in changing and growing and expanding. And they're likely, if they're not doing their work, they will resent you for you doing what they feel they cannot do. And then likewise, they'll also see their own shadow within you. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's rough out there right now. It's totally rough out there right now. We're seeing so much emotional instability. We are seeing distortion, illusion. And there's so much at play. There are, you know, dark force entities at play, attachments, generational trauma, things you've taken on from your lineage that's really up right now. Collective fear and terror. I mean, it's easy to go there. Look what's going on the planet, right? But all of this is really coming to light and being seen for what it is, because the intensity of the light, all of the shadow, it can't hide anymore. And things that have been hidden, cloaked in secret are not so secret anymore, because the veil is dropping and people can see. Some people are going to choose to not go through this transition. That will be part of it. Some people, they're not here to do what you're doing, and they may choose to not go through it. And these could be people, could be your children, family members, loved ones. And it's not our job to fix them. It's our job to allow them to have their journey, hold space, of course, and love them. But it's not our job to fix it, heal them, or take on their stuff. Breathe that in. Breathe that in. And it's not that these people are wrong or bad or anything like that. It's just they refuse to let go of what is no longer serving them. They just refuse to let go of it. And that is their choice to make, as hard as it is to watch that, okay? But many of us, we're questioning like everything, like all of these beliefs that we've bought and sold to ourselves as true. we're starting to really redefine what feels true to us. Look at things like, I know we've already always done it like this for maybe 10,000 years, but is it really the most optimal way? Like, we're questioning what is true, what's working, what's sustainable, what's not sustainable. And these are things that we need to look at to go into the new Earth 5-dimensional and higher paradigm. We have to look at this stuff. It's like a death and simultaneously going through the birth canal to be birthed anew. It's uncomfortable. And we need to support each other and love each other through this as much as possible. We're being stretched. Some people are, as you see, they're acting out. Some people are going to completely self-destruct, but others are awakening. And, this chaos, it's divine chaos, and it's actually perfect. And it's part of when the earth, the life of the earth and all of humanity has decided to remember. So this is the death and the rebirth. We're going through the birth canal. Some people have already gone through the birth canal and they're on the leading edge helping others. Try to stay grounded. Try to stay neutral. Don't allow yourself to be pulled into the drama, the negativity, the toxicity, the fear. Try to be the eye of the storm. Let it swirl around you. You're anchored in your heart, your power, your light, and your truth. Stay anchored in your power, your light, your love, and your truth.